Okay, a quick couple of words about Module 3. First of all, I want to point this out. If you've not been watching these lecture mix videos, I encourage you to do that. Notice it is a time investment. I know it's 50 minutes, but think about if you were taking this class traditionally. If you were taking this class traditionally, you would be coming to lecture 3 times a week, each about an hour long. That's 3 hours time investment. You'd be going to lab for an hour 40. So about 2 hours. That's another 2 hours. Just showing up, just doing the bare minimum, you'd be investing 5 hours of your time in this course. That's not reading the book. That's not doing any homework assignments. That is just showing up. So 50 minutes is a relatively small time investment, and what I hope that you would get from this video is that you'll actually hear me essentially lecture. These are my traditional lecture notes. If I was teaching a traditional class, I'd be going through these notes, and you'll be getting the examples, the lecture pieces of information. So I encourage you to go through that. That may be your first stop. That may make the time you spend on some of these activities a little less. Now notice that the skills, there are 2 skills tests in this module. There's one that's essentially about momentum and impulse. And again, I encourage you to watch these little tutorial videos. These are much shorter. There's only 2 minutes where you can actually learn how to manipulate the simulation. Same thing with this, it's about 2 minutes long, about work to kinetic energy. Those are both skills tests. There are lab activities. There's 2 lab activities that reinforce these same concepts. In Module 3, we're mostly talking about momentum and impulse, as well as energy and work. So notice the collision carts. That has to do with momentum. Energy skate park has to do with these things called kinetic energy and potential energy and total energy. So again, you'll learn how to manipulate the simulations watching these little videos. If you find yourself confused, again, I encourage you to watch this video. I also encourage you to take a step back. Don't forget these skill builders. These skill builders will help you learn a little bit more about these concepts. Notice fish catch will teach you about momentum. Work to potential energy will again show you the relationship between work and potential energy. So again, make use of all the tools at your disposal. Do not hesitate to send me an email if you do get into a kind of a sticky spot. But most importantly, think about the amount of time you're dedicating to this class and how much you would be dedicating to it if you were a traditional student. Some of you may be finding this course to be rather rigorous. I design my courses to be rigorous because I feel like online students should get the same level of rigor as my traditional students get. That's just the way I design online courses. So keep that in mind for this module as well as going forward. Think about how much time you're committing to this class. If you think that just doing 2 hours on a Sunday evening or an hour on Sunday evening is sufficient, you're kidding yourself. Like I said, the bare minimum that a traditional student would spend is about 5 hours. That's not reading the textbook, that's not doing homework, etc., etc. So again, reevaluate the priority you're putting on your education if you're not willing to put forward the amount of time that it's going to take to become successful in this course.